Hello and welcome to yet another video on this stupid server. As you can see, I'm down in my underground hole in the spawn, which I've made quite a bit of progress, and oh, for goodness sake, my game's crashed. Sorry, I'll be back with you in just one moment. Okay, right, sorry, let me just log in, and please don't use the server IP, and please don't use my password. Anyway, where was I now? I'm in. Yeah, as you can see, I've been very busy underground. And one of the things that I found under here is this obsidian little area here. So the first thing that I do, which I've been wanting to do for a while, is build a shop. And specifically because I found this patch of lava and then covered it up with water, I want to make an obsidian shop. So those are the clips that you are about to see now. Now you know what on earth I'm actually talking about. So here in the shopping district, we can see we've got Mine's shop. A couple of days ago, or well, for me it's today, but for you, a couple of days ago, you will have seen Mine uploaded a video showing off all of the things he's built, including this shop. And in part of this video, he goes, "Oh, someone's built this really cool shop next door. I have no idea who it is," said Mine, which is really funny because this was built by Whammy while he was in a call with me and Mine. And he spent all the time going, "Oh, what do you think? Should I use oak logs or no blocks?" And like me and Whammy and Mine were talking about this, and Mine's completely forgotten, which is hilarious. And something else he's probably forgotten is that we agreed that I would build another corner to this little section over here, which is what I'm going to do. Whammy left signs for me saying, "Eloqi, make your building on a corner," and despite the absolute lack of grammar, that's exactly what I'm going to do. You can also see here is where oh, it's not even a stack and a half, it's a stack and 9. But yeah, this is where my obsidian shop is going to be. But I'm not going to do a tour of Whammy's shop. You'll be able to see it in the world tour. But I will quickly point out that I did make a contribution, which is the toilet. I saw there was a toilet and there wasn't anything inside, so I made this for him. Isn't he a lucky little devil? So the idea here is there's Mine's building, there's Whammy's building, there's my building on the corner, and then there will be another, well, it's as I said, another build can be built here. And then there'll be this little courtyardy section here, as it says there. And I've decided that I'm going to put a little back door going into the courtyard, which makes sense. Otherwise, how the fuck are you going to get there? The idea for my shop is that it'll, be following in these same kind of pattern of there being a little balcony. The ground floor is done. I wanted this wall to line up with the end of the bay. Well, it's not a bay window, it's the opposite of a bay window with the corner window. And I wanted it to line up with Whammy's shop, but it doesn't. So I'm gonna have to build the window out one. I'm out of cobblestone, that's great. But never mind. It is what it is. Just gonna have to have a slightly bigger footprint. So now I'm starting to think what I want the floor plan to be. I don't think all of this space wants to be the shop floor. I think only really up to where this chest is. So it makes sense. I'll just do it in dirt for now. For this to be a wall. And then if I've got the staircase here, which let's say this little corridor staircase section can be 3 blocks wide. Then we'll have the back room here. So this will be all storage full of crates and chests and shit coming out into the courtyard. I wonder if this is where the deliveries were coming, or if there should be another side door for deliveries. Maybe a side door for deliveries over here in the corridor would be sensible. Yeah, I'll do that. And then upstairs, what'll I do? A bedroom up here, and then I don't know, a kitchen area maybe. That sounds like it will do. I'm not planning on doing anything in the attic space. And then yeah, I'll just have staircase coming up here, and maybe a toilet under the stairs here. Maybe that would make sense. That is what Whammy's got in his space, so might as well copy that. Yeah. Okay. Let's say yeah, living room, kitchen, bedroom. Let's do it like that. Let's go. So I've made some progress over here. Obviously because this is looking different to how it was previously. I've got some lovely windows. I've got a side door. I don't know, I think was the side door here in the last clip. I think it was. But now I've started to make some progress. Somebody was just tapping at my front window, if you heard that. What on earth was that? No, I don't see anything. How bizarre. Right, anyway, where was I? Yeah, this is going to be the toilet. I need to grab some iron blocks. Someone gave me 3 iron blocks the other day because I delivered some shit to him. I can't even remember what. Some pistons, that was it. So I'm going to use that to build a toilet in here. But the stock room is all done. Obviously, there's no stock because I haven't been to gather any obsidian. And actually, if we look in here, we can see that Akron bought some of my obsidian already, which is great. I've just been to Cappy's flag shop, as you can see in this chat. There was no price, so I paid some iron instead, because I wanted there to be a little Eloqi at the counter. I'm going to need to make some sign, but I can do that. And it'll be just the same as from the egg hunt. Am I going to give myself some lever arms? No, I can't be bothered. So this will be pretty much the like the shop front bit done. Come on, how far away did I do it? Great. I think it needs to be slightly further. There we go. And then I do like this, or no, that, and then that, until it lines up. There we are. That is how you make an Eloqi on a sign. Yeah, other than the chests with all the actual stock, and I haven't done anything to decorate the floor, I can't be bothered. That's the front room done, and the back room. So now, other than, like, that's the entire ground floor, other than the toilet. And then I've got the bedrooms to do, well, the upstairs bedroom. As you can see, I've made a start on the, what will be the attic space up here. Although I am starting to consider having it going all the way up. But no, I think, yeah, well, I'll do an attic space. Because I'll have that connect up to Whammies. That'd be quite cool, actually, if you can't actually get to it from here. But you have to go to Whammies. And then that can give you some roof access. Because you do get some nice views from, like, on that ledge up there. So that's what I'll do in a minute. So this is going to be the bedroom. And then I put this little space here for, like, chest of drawers or something. Perhaps a wardrobe. And then here is going to be the kitchen. That's why I've got it in this stone, so that you can, you know, wipe clean all the tiles. Now, originally, I had this as a window, and it was going to be like a bay window, like this, almost. Obviously not an actual bay, because it's flat. But then I realised that this is eventually going to be the courtyard, so I can't really do that. So instead, I've decided this can be, you know, just a bit of a cooker. And then I instead just put a window here, and I might put like a sink here so you can look out into the courtyard while you're doing the washing up. And then this will eventually be, oh, this was going to be the bedroom. That's right, through there was the living room, and this was going to be the bedroom. I remember. So it's done. Not really. Like, I'm sure once I've slept on it and had a couple of days, I'll come back to it and make it look nicer. Because to be quite honest, I don't really like it. But you know, it's nice. It's not as nice as these two. But speaking of these two, or at least this one, I'm quite proud of how you access the upstairs area. So here's little Eloqi, 1 diamond per stack of obsidian. Thank you. So far, there's only 9. Oh, and it's not even in there. But you know, it's all right. You know, I'm getting there. I've got a diamond earlier. I think I showed that clip actually. Yeah. If you look over here, you can see the HOA building. and Akron spent a diamond on the obsidian to make my face over there, which I absolutely loathe. But you know, money is money, can't complain. Anywho, where was I? Yeah, so you've seen the downstairs bit. There'll just be these 4 double chests where I keep my obsidian, and then any spare that I happen to get will go in this room, and I doubt that there'll be... Oh, I forgot that I dug a hole to go caving to get some coal. Yeah, I doubt that I'll have any more obsidian. That will fill these chests. This will be, you know, the most I ever need. Here's the toilet. Here's the lovely loo, and then there's the sink. I mined this wall out here, and this, where this cobblestone is now, was originally the sandstone of Whammy's wall. But luckily, there was like a bookcase behind here, so I was able to just about squeeze this sink in. And then going upstairs, we've got a lovely skylight. This is inspired by a building in Manchester. A few years ago, I went to Manchester, and I visited a little museum called the... Oh, it's the name of a writer. The Elizabeth Gaskell House, I think it was. And they've got like a skylight in their stairwell, within a skylight going all the way up to the roof. So I copied that here. I've got a really naff front room with a telly. And then these quite nice doors coming out onto the balcony. I put this cobblestone over here where there used to be Whammy sand. I'm not sure about that. I don't know if it helps connect the buildings or if I'm encroaching. I genuinely I can't tell if I like it. So... time will tell. It's one of those things where I just need to wait a bit to decide. And then I really couldn't be asked when it came to the kitchen. I've got a sink, I've got an oven, I've got some kitchen boards. I'll be down in a sec. Yeah, we've got the little boards, and then this is the bedroom. I really clearly couldn't be fucking bothered. Anyway, Booksplower is here to give me some either slime or slime balls for the next thing that I'm going to be doing in this video. And he is apparently here, but I cannot see him. Where on earth is he? What? I am at the shopping area. Oh, fountain. Ah, right. Okay. There he is. And this will be used... Well, you'll see in a moment what this is for. Sorry, where was I? I'm probably not going to cut any of that because I'm lazy. Yeah. I'll see you for the stream. Yeah, that is what I am preparing for now. Okay. I'm going to go and sleep in... Oh, it seems like he's already slept. Well, I'm not going to sleep in Whammy's house, but I am going to go all the way up here. Speaking of Whammy, hello. Yeah, if I go all the way up here and into this wardrobe, this used to just be the wall, but now it's how you get to the roof. That's the top of the skylight. And then, yeah, roof access. Isn't it lovely? There's the top of the chimney. Marvellous stuff. So, yeah, now we're going to just pop into the wool shop for some more resource gathering or buying, I suppose. And then you'll see what I'm doing next. And if you've been on any of the odd stream, well, not any of the streams, if you've been on one of the streams that Akron's done, and I think someone else might have shown it off at some point, I'm not really sure. But there is a goblin area that Olive's made. He isn't on the server anymore, but he was for about a month. Yeah, he built a little goblin area over there. And because I love Teasmade, and there is a brand of Teasmade called the Goblin Teasmade, oh, wrong shop. This is the wool shop. Yeah, because there is a brand called Goblin Teasmade. He said that I could build a Goblin Teasmade in his goblin hole. So that is what I'm doing. So I'm just going to buy a stack of wool using the proceeds from my obsidian shop. it's quite difficult to make the like plasticky beige things that these 70s things were made of. So I'm using some sand and sandstone and then some white wool, and I think it does the job. Oh look, and it's whammy. Ah, lovely. Anyway, I've dilly-dallied enough now, so I am going to go over to the Temple of John Goblincock. And I hope Whammy doesn't follow me, because this isn't anything I'm showing him anymore. I mean, he can follow me if he likes, but maybe your best build so far. Not a high bar. Yep. So this is the Goblin Hole. You may well recognise this, as I say. I don't think it's ever been in one of my videos. But then down here is the Goblin Teasmade, which I've been slowly working on for a bit. Yeah, this is where it's got to. And by the end of today, I want this to be looking like a cave like the rest of this. But then one of the wall being a Goblin Teasmade. Or one of the walls, rather, being a Goblin Teasmade. And what I want to do is I want to have, if I just mine out here, you'll see what I mean. I don't know why I've made a little staircase. I want this wall to be wool, and then this strip up here to be glowstone. And then this will be pushed out, hence the pistons, making it all dark. And then once I press a button somewhere on here, which will, I mean, obviously this star won't actually switch to T now or light or anything, but the idea is like that dial would have in real life switched, and suddenly, oh, the lights turn on, is the idea. So what I need to do is, well, I'm not actually going to build the bits of wool yet, because I need to have the piston walls first. So in a moment, what you will see when I come back to you in a sec is that, basically. And then I'll hook it up so that it all pushes in and out, and it will be marvellous. So I think the next time I see you is when I've got the redstone working. So the Teasmade is off, as you can tell, because these redstone torches are off. But now, I flick the lever, the lights turn on, and these have been pushed back, meaning that the glowstone will be exposed. In fact, I can now get rid of these little torches here, because I don't need them. Because in a moment, I am going to put the glowstone in. And look, I'm really pleased with how I've timed it, because the torches and the things change at the exact same time, which took a bit of doing. I'm not very good at redstone. The Teasmade like lamps are now working, so let's see like how dim I can make it without me being scared of monsters spawning. So we've got it like that, and then the lights turn on, and yeah, that makes a big difference. We could do as I think with the torch like here in the middle, but yeah, the lamps turning on and off does make a big difference in terms of the lighting, which is good. And now I'm gonna use my smooth stone and my stone and my gravel to and some torches to make it all look a bit, sorry, and some stairs and torches to make it all look better. Okay, I'm calling this done. I'm not very good at these all artificial cave things, but I think I've done a pretty decent job. I realised that he didn't actually use any gravel other than the outside section, so I've continued with just a little bit of dirt and then some stone and cobblestone. But, you know, I think walking into this place, it's clearly a Teasmade. We're clearly still in the Goblin Hole. This bit could do with a little bit more variation. There we go. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased with it. So I'm just gonna close that up, and this is ready for the world tour. We're nearly at 6 o'clock, so the tour's going to be in like 5 hours time. I wanted this video to be uploaded by now. Clearly it's not. The reason why is because somebody smashed my car window a couple of nights ago, and so, you know, on the night when I was going to start my shop over there, I instead spent like 2 hours, 3 hours sorting that out, which I know doesn't sound like much, but when I'm like 2 or 3 hours now behind where I want to be, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have started this project so close to when I'm uploading this video. No, it's not my fault, it's everybody else's fault. Anyway, the last thing I want to do in this recording is a couple of pathways, just to make life easier. Like, you'll notice if I come over here, that there is a pathway that continues and then just stops. And so there's that pathway I want to finish off. Then there's a pathway over to the shopping area, and I think there might be another one. Yeah, there's another one in Spawn as well that I noticed during my egg hunt, that I want to get done. Shouldn't take me very long. It should take me hopefully about 30-40 minutes, and then I can start editing, and this will be uploaded hopefully before the actual tour begins. Otherwise, what's the fucking point of it all? What is the point? Okay, so I'm just finishing off the final bit of path, and that is it for today's video. The time is currently well, not half past 6, 20 past 6, there we are. Time is currently 20 past 6. The tour, let's call it half past 6 because it'll make it easier. The tour is at 11 o'clock, meaning that it is in, unless my math is seriously wrong, 4.5 hours. I've got to edit and upload a video in 4.5 hours. This is probably only going to come out an hour before it starts. And my laptop is really low on space, so I'm going to have to move a bunch of files over before I begin the bloody editing, because I'm not going to have space to... It's fine. By the time you see this, I will be fine. But me right now, I am not fine. Bye-bye!